Hello everybody. So today I'm going to be attempting to make PawPaw's wine. It's his homemade wine, and he is from Doing It on the Cheap. I saw this a while ago. I have made this a couple of times and I'm obsessed. So what he does is he makes it directly in these two bottles, but I'm going to be doubling his batch. He makes a half a gallon, so I'm going to be making 1 whole gallon. And I have the regular grape here, and then this is Montmorency tart cherry wine. And both of these are very good. I've had them both before. Now, so what PawPaw does is he pours out 2 cups of wine. And like I said, he only does the one jar. But because I have to make it more complicated, I'm going to pour out my 2 cups, because then he puts in sugar. So there's 2 cups there. So I'm going to pour the rest of this in here. I've already sanitized both of these jars and the these things. I can't think of what they're called right now. These. And I use this. Okay, so then I'm going to pour out 2 more cups because I'm just trying to make it as close to his as possible. Okay, so then I will pour this in here. Now for his recipe, he puts in a cup and a half of sugar, but I am going to put in 3 cups of sugar because I'm doubling his recipe. And this is something we can just save for later. Move this over here. Okay, and then I need my sugar. Where's my measuring cup? All right. One. That other one was a little bit less, so 2. And actually, I'm just going to do about 2.5 because I like it rather tart. Okay, there is 3. And then we are going to do a teaspoon because he uses a half. And this is, I hope you can see that. And this has been setting at room temperature. A little bit more. All right, then I'm going to put the lid on it. Give it a good shake. And what I do, because it starts to get very cold, not very cold, but it's like it gets cold for like Texas weather, I will put this in a bathroom that no one uses, and I put a heater in there that kind of is set to like 72. That's what I did last time. Now another thing too that I want to talk about is that so in his recipe, he calls for it to be, and I've seen this on other TikTok, other YouTubers too. he puts it in, and I guess he says like 30 days. Now, when I've checked it for 30 days, I felt like the wine was cloudy. It was more hazy than I would have liked. Then you just put this in here. Oh no. Oh. Okay, so what I did is I used the water that was in here, the sanitation water, and so I put that in there, and I'm going to let that start working, and then we'll work on our other batch. Now this one, it's going to be approximately the same. And I am more of a dry, tart wine type of person. I used to work at this cider mill a long time ago, and people would come in and everybody was obsessed with this peach wine that they had. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I've got to see what the hype is all about. And I tried it, and I'm telling you, it was one of the worst things I have ever tasted. It was like coughs, like it was so sweet. It was like cough syrup, and I was like, I don't get it. I did not like that. Put about the same amount of sugar in here. And then about half. And so once you're all done with, well, let me make sure I have enough yeast in here because I may have to get another packet. Yeah, I'm gonna have to probably get another packet. So this is the same brand, it's just a different packaging. And I'm gonna put another half teaspoon in there. Close this up. Put my lid on here. Give this a shake. All right, we will put our I'll take some of that water that I poured in here. Put this in my makeshift fermentation station, aka the bathtub. It's in a box in the bathtub. And then, like I said, I keep that temperature controlled in there because it does kind of start to get chilly here in Texas. And we shall see. I'll peek in periodically and let you see how it's going. But I think I can show you at the 1 month mark what it looks like. But to me, I found that it got more clear when I left it in for 2 months. So I'm going to put this away and we will check back when we're done, or when in a couple days, or maybe even tomorrow once it starts activating. Hi, I realized that I forgot to show you guys what these look like on top. I do put them in the bathroom. It's because there's no light in here and no one uses this bathroom, so I kind of jokingly call it my fermentation station. But anyway, this is what they look like in here, and it's dark in here, so there's no windows. I can close the door and put the heater on and kind of keep it controlled temperature. All right, that's it. Thank you.